one of the things that I'm always frequently making content about is the evangelical support. Well, evangelicals in general, but particularly their support of Donald Trump. And I have a video which I think really clarifies and encapsulates the kind of thinking that a lot of evangelicals have and how you can see why so many of them vote for a person like Trump. So to set it up, I'm going to show a clip from a TikTok I made, and I'm talking about this evangelical TikTok creator, and the message is to her because I'm responding to one of her comments, and it kind of speaks for itself. Here we go.
He said, and proving what you said, because we know enough about DNA where they would be out there. I have a feeling you won't do that.
So for context, she made this video saying that God wrote his signature in the DNA, and this popular biblical scholar on TikTok basically debunked her crazy video, and she left a comment. So I'm responding to that comment that she left.
What was her comment that she left? Like when he debunked it?
You can see it at the top there. It says
top left. Okay.
Yeah, it says like he doesn't even believe in Moses existed or that there was an Exodus. He's crazy. A lot of evangelicals don't like this particular scholar. His name is Dan McClellan. He's like one of the most popular biblical scholars probably on the internet. He's like 800,000 followers. And he's always making videos that kind of debunk traditional Christian ideology.
But is he a Christian?
He is a self-identified Christian. He actually belongs to the LDS Church, but he never talks about his belief. He only talks about biblical scholarship from a very data point of view. So none of the stuff he talks about would sound like anything. It's a lot of stuff actually you've heard me share in terms of about the Bible. So she made this video and I responded to the comment. You can in TikTok you can make a video response. And so I had told her in the comments, why don't you just debunk him if you don't believe what he's saying about DNA? We know enough about DNA where you could debunk him easily, but I don't think you're going to do that because you also made this video, and this is where I go next.
Because you also made this video. Roll the tape.
I get my truth from the Bible. This is in the book of Psalms. He set the earth on its foundations. It can never be moved. This is the biblically accurate representation of what the earth looks like. There's another representation. God laid the earth on its foundations and it cannot be moved. He separated the waters above from the waters below.
Ashley, I don't know what's scarier. The fact that you made that video or the fact that so many people were commenting comments like this in your video. Yes, if we are rotating and wobbling and the sun is moving, how can the North Star appear to never move? This comment was by Brian the Great. Brian, you're not living up to your name, my man. Here's a picture of the sky with the North Star. You see all those lights? Those are stars that are moving. The North Star is not moving. And if you want to know why, imagine if you were to hang a tennis ball above your head and you were to spin around. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. But then Ashley goes on to say, exactly, I have the same star pattern outside my window every night. I would love for them to explain that to me. You have the same star pattern out your window every night.
You sure about that?
You also made this video. Roll the tape.
I've been doing a series on how we've been lied to. And today we are going to dig a little deeper and talk about aliens. Do they exist? If so, who are they? And do they have any relevance to us as Christians?
I'm not even tripping off the fact that you believe that there are aliens. I think there's good evidence to suggest that there is other life forms out there and that maybe they visited the planet Earth. My issue is that you think that they are demons and that the government knows they're demons, but they're calling them aliens to hide up the truth of the Bible. It's bad enough you all demonize people. Now you gotta demonize E.T.? What did E.T. ever do to you? E.T. phone hell. In that flat earth video, you also said this.
Our history has been rewritten how these were just mythological beings when in reality, they walked the earth. These were demonic, giant, human hybrids that worship Satan.
She said that those the demonic giants that worship Satan.
Later.
And before I saw any of these videos, I said to myself, I bet you $1 million she's a Trump supporter. Now, I don't know 100% that you are a Trump supporter, but you did make this video.
I don't comment very much on politics anymore because they have quite literally become an SNL skit. Can somebody please explain to me how the current vice president of our country can promise to grow our economy when it's the same economy that she's been in control of over the past 4 years?
Is it any wonder when people who believe the kind of things I just showed you would vote and support for a man who would say,
eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
to my fellow Americans, people who think like this vote. You need to get out and vote. That was the message of this video.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many evangelicals who can see Donald Trump, hear what he says, and still support this dude. Like, they are trained, so many of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are trained to, one, to worship power, and two, to think like that. I mean, that was wild. Whenever I meet someone who's a flat earther, it's still...
It's over. It's like... the argument's over. It's like I can't. Okay,
right.
I mean, it's it is what it is, man. It's just
and her videos. So those videos that I went to her account to grab clips from her videos. They have thousands and thousands of people liking those videos and commenting, like basically high-fiving her. Co-signing with their. It's wild.
Yeah. Hey man, I guess all science that's is all a bunch of lies. We're on a flat. I mean,
with the firm.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I mean, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm arguing with the kindergartner or something. Like just something like it's like it almost feels abusive to argue back.
It's wild. It's wild. So
the flat earther thing, it killed. You can look in our solar system alone. Just please show me one other flat place in this in our solar system. One other flat planet. Can we just get one other flat planet?
I don't know that they believe that there are. I don't know.
I mean, because the stars outside her window, she could put a telescope up and see Jupiter or Mars, and she could see those spinning, but. I don't know. I mean, if that's the bar, it's like, okay, what are we talking about? We might as well just stop this guy. It's almost like trying to have an argument with someone who's ignorant of certain things, and so you'll and if they don't understand or agree with the evidence you present for that, then they could be as skeptical as they want, and you're not going to change their mind. So then it's like, okay, well, we're just wasting time now, because short of me taking you on a SpaceX rocket to Mars or something, and you getting off and realizing there's other planets in the solar system or to the moon, and the moon is a round shape. We orbit around the moon, and then we land on the moon, and then and you can see the Earth, look back at the Earth and see it spin and see how it's not a flat. It looks like a ball. It's not a flat. Something, a flat asteroid in the middle of the solar system. That there's the sun is at the center of the solar system, and all the stuff that science is
crazy.
Yeah,
and you would be surprised at the number of Christians that come across on TikTok, either videos that they've made or comments that they've seen, who genuinely believe that there are aliens, but that those aliens are actually demons.
Yeah.
Now. So speaking about aliens, in one of our upcoming shows, you and I are going to talk about this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just a precursor. I read Lou Elizondo's Imminent. He had Amazing Cat works for the U.S. government, and I'll just bring this little part up. At one point in his book, he said that there's a guy that someone in the halls of Congress that had a lot of power that said, hey, Lou, you're getting out of line a little bit here. You're going a little bit too far in terms of the alien talk, because you know what they really are? They're demons. And so I was like, so those are people in our government that believe what she believes. So, and that's why they've kept a lot of this, if it's true. I mean, nobody, but there's more and more evidence. The government has already said that there are things that we don't understand, that our machines are have their own seem to be working of their own accord, not natural phenomena. It's not swamp gas. It's not it. They're not drones from China. They're technology that we don't understand. That's not just slightly ahead of us. It's like,
way ahead of us.
Yeah, thousands of years ahead of us, and what we can do, we can kind of sort of start to understand it, but we can't even begin to replicate the things that we're seeing.
Right.
But that's, I mean, we've had hundreds of, religion is strong, and I don't have anything against people who are religious.
It's not just so much religious people. It's because there are plenty of Christian religious people who accept science.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I just get concerned when people say the devil planted dinosaur bones in the mud so that to fool us. That we're going to bury this. The devil put bones in 300 million year old mud that's been layers after layers built upon, and somehow so he could trick us. Now,
well, let's save this topic for.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to talk about it. Yeah.
A future episode. But so we're gonna have guests on the show. We're already planning to have guests, but we'll probably lean into it more now that we're missing our beloved Yo. But we're happy for. Can't wait to see what direction she takes Disney in. Again, joking.
Paramount. We bought Paramount. We own Paramount now.
Exactly. All right, well, that's our show for today. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, do all the things. The things. Let's do them. And we are going to, we'll continue pressing on. We're going to miss our beloved Yo, but we're going to have more guests. We're going to have a bunch of fun guests. And we're going to lean more into the dungeons part of the Dungeons and Durags. We're going to geek out a bit. JD and I are sort of like the resident geeks among the three of us, so we'll be able to lean into that.